Hello everyone, hope you all are doing well. In this video, we'll discuss the first problem of Leetcode Weekly Contest 307. It's an easy level problem, however different than the other problems that you get in the contest, the first problem, right? So minimum hours of training to win a competition. So I'll tell you the problem statement in short, otherwise the description is pretty long. So it says that we have certain initial energy and initial experience, right? That we have. Now we have certain opponents as well. Suppose we have n opponents, and every opponent has certain initial energy and initial experience, right? So we need to defeat all our opponents, right? But what is the condition for defeating that opponent? So to defeat the ith component, your current energy should be greater than or equal to the energy of the current opponent, and your current experience also needs to be greater than, not equal to, basically greater than the experience of the ith opponent, right? So energy and experience both needs to be strictly greater than the energy and experience of the ith opponent. This is given. Now what you can do, you can also train for certain hours, right? Suppose you do not have sufficient energy and sufficient experience. So what you do, and also when you basically fight with an opponent, and to defeat it, once you defeat it, your energy decreases by the energy of the ith opponent, and your experience increases by the experience of the ith opponent, right? So energy decreases and experience increases. So we need to check whether we can defeat all the opponents or not. And suppose we do not have the sufficient amount of energy or experience, so we can train for certain hours. And if you train 1 unit of time, like for 1 hour in this case, then you can either increase your experience by 1 unit, or you can increase your experience, or like you can either increase your experience on energy by 1 unit, right? So pretty simple stuff. So if I go to the example, let me just show you the example. It will become more clear. Otherwise, probably, because there are a lot of things in this problem. So just going through one of the test cases will be really very helpful. Yeah. So let's go here. So my initial energy is 5 and my initial experience is 3, right? This is what I have. I also have n opponents having these things. So 1, 4, 3 and 2, and then 2, 6, 3 and 1. 4 opponents, each having energy, like the first one has an energy of 1, experience of 2, energy of 4, experience of 6 and so on. Now when I fight with the first opponent, can I defeat that opponent? Yes, because 5 is strictly greater than 1 and 3 is strictly greater than 2, right? Once I defeat it, what will be my new energy? It will be 5 minus 1, that is equals to 4. And what will be my new experience? It will be 3 plus 2, that is 5. Now the new values are 4 and 5. I go to the second opponent. Can I defeat it? No, I cannot defeat it, because 4 is not strictly greater than 4 and 5 is not strictly greater than 6. Hence it will fail. So I need certain energies, right? So hence I can train for certain hours and I can increase my energy or experience, whichever I want to do, right? So in this case, again, I have done a brute force in the solution. The constraint is n can go up to 100, and the value of each of the energy or experience can also go up to 100. So in worst case, that can go up to 10 raised to power 4. So I've just traversed the loop from 0 to 10,000. I should have done up to 10,000, but I don't know why I wrote to 12,000 just for safe side. So on line number 29, you can see what I've done. Suppose so I have certain initial energy. I check that whether that initial energy is sufficient to fight, just the energy, whether the energy is sufficient or not, by calling a minimum energy function. Similarly, on line number 35, you can see I have a function minimum experience, and I pass the initial experience, whether that is sufficient or not. If that is not sufficient, I increment it by 1 in the loop, like the value of en becomes 1. Now I check whether that is sufficient or not. Again, what I do, I make en equals to 2. Now I check whether that is sufficient or not. And as soon as it becomes sufficient, that is the minimum amount of energy or experience I need to defeat all the opponents. So hence I do that. So let's come to the main function, minimum experience and minimum energy. So you can see here I have passed energy and the energy array, and on line number 17 I check that if my current energy is less than or equal to energy of the ith opponent, so I'll return false. And if that is not true, I can defeat the current opponent based on my energy, just by energy. So what I do, I'm just considering the energy here. Experience will be considered in another function. I decrement my current energy, and finally if the loop is over I return true. So it tells whether my energy is sufficient or not. Similarly, if I talk about experience, I do that, and for experience I increment my experience, right? Because it says that experience is incremented, so I do that and finally I return true. So yeah, this is the basic stuff. I would say relatively a better problem as compared to the other first problems that you have in the lead code contest. So yeah, hope you learned something new from this video. Do support it by giving up a thumbs up. Do subscribe to the channel. In case you have any queries, do let me know. I'll try to resolve each one of them. Also, take care. Bye bye.